Y'all, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming when I was sitting on my bed renewing my license, and I went to Instagram and I heard Aisha say, "You don't need no deep conditioners or no leave-ins." And I remember feeling overwhelmed with, what is she saying to the community? Because in my head, I don't even have that kind of platform. So my thing is, you got this big platform and you telling all these natural hair girlies all this wrong stuff. What? I was so pissed, y'all. I was so pissed. But my voice has not been heard, right? So at this point, I'm like, oh my God, these girls is nuts. They are tripping. And these people are listening to them. Their hair is going to be jacked up. And at the time, I was renewing my state board Georgia cosmetology license. And just so happened, a part of the questions that I was answering was about the pH in conditioners versus shampoos and how you need to deep condition the hair. And they was talking that foolishness. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the downfall of black girl curls. Let's talk about, I wrote some things down. When I found out about them, and let's talk about their theology, about their education, and my personal experience and my personal opinion. Let's talk about it, y'all. Hey, my Sedity chicks, welcome back. This is your girl Jim, your favorite natural hair care stylist based out of here, ATL, Georgia. Yes. I want to first welcome, like I said, welcome back. I want to continue to thank all my ladies who are following, and thank you for your support. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to give more. I am going to give more. Sometimes I get like, what am I going to say? But I got to always remember that I'm led to teach, and I got to keep that mindset. And for the ladies who are coming and who are jumping aboard, welcome, girl. You're welcome here. So I am going to get into this video, and we're going to be talking about black girl curls, cutting it kinky. This is not a bash video. I got to say that despite of, I appreciate what they brought to the community. I appreciate their efforts, and I think their hearts originally was in the right place. I just think that there was a less humbling experience. There was a heart posture of theirs in their heart as the reason why they could not see outside of what they were bringing to the table of the community, the black hair community. So I first want to talk about when I found out about them. So when I found out about black girl curls, I remember being like, oh my God, like, I'm looking at these two black girls. They're dope to me. They're wearing their natural hair. They are very much so educated. When I read up on them, they had a blog. They were doing their thing, right? But what I did notice was they were not licensed as long as I was licensed. They had newly got licensed. I think Elise was an artist, and I think Aisha was a hairstylist. I think so. But when I look at their credentials as when they got licensed, I was licensed back in '94. So I'm an old school hairstylist. I was back out in the salt and pepper days. You know what I'm saying? So these newer stylists who are coming in, they haven't experienced as much as I have and seen the evolution of hair the way I have, But when I found out about them, I had written my book, which is called Natural Hair It Is, which is a natural hair care book. I was just coming out of being married. Well, I was married, but I was coming out of not doing hair. When I got married, I stopped working. I was asked to be a stay-at-home mom and help out with the company. And I took a 7-year break. So I was just getting back into hair, and just so happened I got a hair job at Salon Loop downtown, and little did I know when I got hired, it was a natural hairstyling salon. So make a long story short, that's when I found out about them. So it really grasped me. It grasped me in a way because I've never seen black girls that look like you and I teach about natural hair. And just so happened, one of the girls, no, it was Elise, she had a salon suite in Fayetteville, and I had lived in Fayetteville. So I wanted so much to get a class to go and see what they had to offer, because they was right there in my backyard, right? So yeah, my whole outlook on them was just like, yes, I'm all for her. In my career at that time, I think that I had wrote about natural hair, and I wrote about my natural hair experience, right? And it's a great book. Also, at that time, I was trying to see which direction I wanted to go in my hair career, and Salon Loop was exactly that, a loop. It took me for a loop because, like I said, I got the job and I didn't realize it was a natural hair salon. So I was always used to doing my hair, my natural hair, and my daughter's natural hair. I did not do other people's natural hair. And the reason why is because for me as a stylist, I'm always used to everybody's hair leaving out of the salon shiny, bouncy, very polished looking, and I already had my experience on them, so I knew that their hair was going to come out great. Doing somebody else's natural hair besides mine and my daughter's, who I mastered, doing somebody else's hair, not knowing their hair, and having to charge them was scary to me. So during that time, I had already learned how to do the rod set on natural hair. I was already doing twist set and braid sets and bantu knots on me and my daughter's hair. Going to Salon Loop, it helped me do it even better. So adding the wash and go, which I was already doing because I was using Weedad hair products. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Weedad hair products, but that's what I was using. I was using Weedad hair products at the time. And I was doing a wash and go with the Weedad hair products. So I really wanted to go to Cut and Kinky because I really wanted to learn their product choice. That's what I really wanted to learn. And I wanted to see how they was getting those cuts also so precise. And that's what I really wanted to learn. So I'm going to say that when I got a class with them, I did get a class and I went. I'm going to say this. It was very hands-on. I got a chance to see the products that they were using. I even got this. And we were filling these in the whole time that we was there. I mean, they gave great education. And the things that they were saying from my education from doing natural hair at that time didn't seem far-fetched. Okay. So in here, they're talking about the cleansing conditioners, rinse out conditioners, moisture, deep conditioners, protein conditioners, base gel. So at this time, I'm not hearing what is being said, what was said later on. Okay. I remember following them on Instagram, and I had already started getting and using some of the stuff that they were talking about using. And one of the things was Uncle Funky's daughter. So I had used Uncle Funky's daughter and I did not like it. Now I'm the type of stylist that I use stuff on myself first before bringing it into the salon. And when I use Uncle Funky's daughter, it reminded me a little bit of Camille Rose. curl mixer, the jelly thing, custard. So what I don't like about either of them, they both have an ingredient called glycerin in it. And glycerin takes moisture out of the air. So it's really good for the hair because it adds moisture to the hair, right? Any water that's in the hair, in the air, it's going to come into your hair. But if you want a firm set and you keep taking moisture out the air into your hair, what is it going to do? It's going to get frizzy. So I noticed with Uncle Funky's daughter too, it didn't get hard. It stayed soft. It stayed gummy. In the summertime, you will wake up and your hair would be matted and moist, like it would never dry. I hated it. And they were saying at that time, using that as like a base gel. And I never heard of that either. I was like, a base gel? You're laying gel over top of gel? Like, this is what's in my head. Like, what? They tripping. So I couldn't understand that concept because, like I said, at the time, at Salon Loop, I learned off of Aveda, Weedad, and Fido. I was using Fido. They're all top brand products, and in the natural hair, in the hair industry. And when they said that, I remember us sitting down. They sat us down and they were going over this. So Aisha was teaching a class. No, Elise was teaching the class. Aisha does the content. Elise does the teaching, the actual teaching when it comes to the classes. And she was teaching the class that day. And I said to her, when I use Uncle Funky's daughter on the hair as a base gel and put the other gel over top, it doesn't get firm. Now, me, if somebody had said that to me and they paid to come to my class, I want to hear you. Why? Because I want to understand how you're thinking so I can try to make you understand what you may be doing wrong or what you may not be doing wrong, right? She says, you're using the product wrong. I said, how? Well, I'm not there to know what you're doing, but you're using the product wrong. So she tried to, at that time, throw it around on me that I am using the product wrong when Uncle Funky's daughter does not get firm. Uncle Funky's daughter don't get firm. When does Uncle Funky's daughter get firm? I know if any of you ladies have used Uncle Funky's daughter, you know it does not get firm. It is a soft, emollient kind of gel. And even when I put it on the hair, like a conditioner, after I would condition the hair, I would put that on first. After a conditioner, I would put that on the hair and go throughout the hair and add water to the hair. And then I would come in behind it and rinse all that off the hair and then put the gel on. I tried it so many ways to make it work. The hair never stayed. I'm used to my wash and goes lasting me for a good 7 days. I can rinse it out or I can shampoo it out 5 days, 6 days, but it will last me a good 7 days. And sometimes I've had it even last me 10 before it get all frizzy on me. That's what I'm used to. So when she said that, I knew that attitude wasn't working with me. She was very dismissive. So when I hear the girls, when they talk about it now, I know I experienced it. But I will say this. There is a lot of things that they get backlash for that I definitely didn't I didn't agree with, and some things I did agree with. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about the no conditioners, because yeah, listen to this.
A deep ATL BAP, you don't have to use a heating cap, and you don't have to deep condition. Deep conditioning should be done as a treatment for some issue or challenge that you're experiencing with your hair. If there isn't anything going on, there's no need to use a deep conditioner, waste your money or your time. We talk more about this in the See Some Pros visual library or in our textbook, Wash Your Damn Hair, which can be found at blackcurlmagic.com.
So did you really listen to what she said? Like, she said, now, am I going crazy? Because, all right, this is the reason why I say, am I going crazy? Because it was like this big thing, her saying no deep conditioners, no leave-in conditioners, right? Now, when I heard it, I don't remember her saying the same thing she's saying now. So in this video, she's saying, don't use deep conditioners if it's not needed. I get it. So did the girlies hear her correctly? Did they hear just saying no deep conditioners? Or did they really listen to hear her say, she's just saying don't use them when they are not needed? So that goes into what I used to say to y'all about understanding your hair behaviors. Understand your hair behaviors. You know you'll need a deep, so to me a deep conditioner is like a bonding. You know, you use it when your hair is tangled. If you didn't get your ends trimmed, you know, you use a bonding. If your hair is webbing, you need a bonding. Okay? If your hair is dry, then you need a moisture mask. You may need a moisture bonding, depending on what you've been doing beforehand. So if you notice when you get in the shower, your hair is not doing any of those things, if your hair is not dry, and if your hair is not it's not tangly, then you don't need a deep conditioner. That's what she's saying. That's basically what she's saying. But you first gotta understand your hair in order before you will understand what products to use. But I'm just saying, if she is saying exactly what she's saying in that video, and when I heard her that day, she wasn't saying that. She was saying no oils, no butters. I don't know. I mean, she was saying no conditioners, and she said no oils, no butters before too. But maybe I was tripping, because in that video, it don't say nothing like that. It says if it's not needed. So were they coming down hard on her? I don't know. But do I agree with that? To an extent, yeah. I'm a preventative girl. So one thing I do know, for me, my hair be dry. My hair be dry. So I'm always gonna put some type of mask on my hair. Always. So am I always gonna sit underneath the dryer? Not always, but if I need to, my hair is showing me that I need to, I will. So I'm always a measure girl, preventive girl. So, you know, for me, I don't see what she's saying that is wrong per se. Sorry guys, I don't. But okay, so let's talk about some other things. Same thing she said, no oils, no butters. I don't agree with that either. I agree with that. I agree with it. Let me tell you, this is the thing. Y'all not stylists, so y'all don't be knowing certain things. When them ladies come into that hair salon and they don't shampoo their hair every 5 to 7 days. They don't shampoo their hair weekly. They shampoo their hair whenever. Okay? And they say that their hair is dry. So they're putting a lot of oils and a lot of butters on their hair. And they're thinking that in their head, because they can feel it on their hands, they're saying that they feel that is their hair feels better to them. Your hair, and they never shampoo it, so it builds up, and builds up. So what it's doing is blocking the hair for when you do shampoo it to absorb. I'm gonna say this: oils, if you want to use oils and butters, go ahead, use them. But don't use them in place of shampooing or conditioning your hair on a weekly basis. And that's what a lot of people were doing. They were using the oils and butters all the time, trying to replace a shampoo and condition, and they're not shampooing their hair. You get your hair health through your shampooing and your conditioning and your hair care regimen. And first priority, your diet. It's not putting a whole bunch of oils and butters over top of your hair every time, all the time, when you only shampoo your hair once in a blue moon. It just don't go that way. You don't use oils and butters and replace a shampoo and condition your hair in your hair care regimen. That's a part of your hair care regimen. That is not your hair care regimen. And most of the ladies that would do that, their hair still, they even said their hair still felt dry. When they touched it, they felt that, but then their hair still seemed dry. This is when their hair started wind up going brittle, because they're not taking care of their hair. You're not getting the water, you're not getting the hydration. You need your hydration and you need your moisture too, right? But they were not doing it. So when they say no oils and no butters, I get it. What room does oils and butters have in the wash and go? Now afterwards, if you want to break the cast with oil, that's fine. But you don't got to put oil on your hair every day when you're about to go and shampoo it again in the next 7 days. You don't have to. I don't do that. I don't even tell my ladies to do that. My hair has grown perfectly, and I don't do that. Okay? They also, something else they said I agree with is they shampoo and condition your hair every 7 to 10 days. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Did I like their product choice? Absolutely. This is the thing. I think that they could have done better. Just how she dismissed me, they could have done better, maybe explaining it on the internet. That's the only thing I could say. Because even in their product choice, I did notice that there could have been a problem with over cleansing. So the AG Balance all-purpose shampoo is a great shampoo. Innersense is great. None of their products are trash. They're all great hair products. I use them. I love them. They're amazing hair products, okay? But when they put this out there to the general public, I think what happened was the girls when they had the 30-day hair detox, it wasn't balanced to the point that it was specialized to the people that had the buildup in their hair. I think the ladies who didn't have buildup in their hair was doing the 30-day hair detox and always using the AG Balance shampoo. Is the only thing I can think of. And that they were using that when they should have been using the moisturizing shampoo. So that it became to be their over cleansing. You only need the AG Boost if you have product buildup on your hair. Now you can use that or a clarifying. But if you're using the AG Boost all the time, I mean, it just depends on the hair, right? But that's the grace they didn't give. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, oh, well, it depends on the hair. Because everybody's hair is so different. And being behind a chair and doing natural hair and having to look at what I thought was etched in stone and somebody come in and break that etched in stone, it's like, oh, wow. Natural hair has different women who have come into the salon to get their hair done has humbled me in many different ways that I didn't think, things that I didn't think were possible. Like, I never thought that there were girls out there that just didn't have no curl pattern. None. None. At all. I didn't think that was possible. I know 4C hair has zigzag curl pattern, right? So yeah, they only have a curl pattern, but they still have a texture. I'm talking about the ladies who just have frizz. They have no curl pattern, no zigzag, just frizz. I didn't think that was possible. So when they're talking, I think that they just were not very clear and very specific. Okay, the ladies who need a 30-day hair detox, if you have not been shampooing your hair and you've been using a whole lot of oils and butters, then you need the 30-day hair detox, but only for a certain amount of time. And then you go into moisturizing. Then at that point, after the 30-day hair detox, you don't need the AG balance. What you need the AG balance for? You didn't clarify for the past 30 days, 4 times out of the month. What do you need the AG boost for? Everything is off, right? So maybe there was a lack in communication, I'm thinking, when it comes to them. That's the only thing I can say. Now let's talk about the things that I did not agree with. That was a no for me, okay? The no leave-in conditioners and the no deep conditioners. So like I said, for me, leave-in conditioners, I like specific leave-in conditioners when I'm doing my wash and go. I like anything spray, anything slight cream, okay? Very, very slight. But you have to understand, when you put in your leave-in conditioners, it is going to change the potency of the gel that you use. It's going to make it softer. Your hairstyle may not last as long. So for me, I don't really use leave-in conditioners in my hair before I do my wash and go. Once in a blue moon I will, but for the most part I do not, okay? Deep conditioners. I am a deep conditioner girl. Everybody, first of all, conditioners is like the natural hair relaxer. Reason why I say that, because it makes the hair so much more manageable. Nobody sits in my chair, y'all, without getting a deep conditioner. You come every week, you're getting a deep conditioner every week. See, the way I do things at my salon, in my price, the deep conditioner is added. You're not getting out of there without getting some type of deep conditioner steam treatment. Whatever I see that your hair needs, is getting it. And because most of ladies' hair, diet, and you could even be eating good and still have issues because of all the chemicals that are on the food. Genetics, you always need something. Very rarely do I get somebody come in that don't need something. But the hair tells me in a shampoo bowl. It tells me. Now, sometimes with ladies who are every single week, they don't need as much conditioning unless they got some type of color in their hair. Then they need conditioning. They need a deep conditioner. But I don't understand the mindset of not doing any type of deep conditioners. My ladies always get some type of deep conditioner. I never use a deli conditioner. Now, at one time I was using a deli boost in my hair a lot. And my hair was thriving. It was doing fine. But yeah, deep conditioners is the thing to do. Okay, so don't listen to that. Another thing is the curly cut. Okay, so this is my theory on the curly cut. Let's talk about it. So I knew that was because when they would say you can touch every strand with a curly cut, that's a lie. When you do a wash and go, different parts of the hair shrink different than others. Some parts you can do a wash and go and see some parts. See how it is? Look at my hair. You got some strands up here, some in here. How you gonna cut every single strand? Come on, let's make it make sense. One thing I knew and I did not buy into, I was not going to stop using shampoo and conditioner and blow drying the hair and cutting it. Curls hide damage, baby. Once I blow dry that hair, I'm able to part that hair. I'm able to see that scalp. I'm able to go throughout that hair and see any short parts that may be throughout that hair shaft. I'm able to see broken off hair strands. I'm able to now look into the light while your hair is blow dry and see what is damaged and what is not. When your hair is curly like this, you can't see that. So I knew that was BS. And I was like, they out they mind. But I'm going to tell you, curly cut has a place. And I put it in my regimen. So I told you before, I am the type of stylist that I will go, and because there's hype on you and I see you doing, you're doing your thing. But even though it could be some things about what you're saying I don't like, I'm going to go and I'm going to take the things that need to be taken to add to my business, to make me better, and I'm gonna throw the rest away. And I did that with them. So with the curly cut, it has a place. So for me, with my ladies, if they're getting a cut, I shampoo them, I deep condition them, I blow dry them. I put a leave-in in hair, I blow dry them. Once I blow dry them, I cut them, I trim them. Okay. Now, once I do that, and I do their wash and go, whether if I re-wet them and use gel or whether if I use mousse right there on the dry, blow dry. Once I style it and I make it to come to life and make it full as the finish, that's when the curly cut comes into play. If there's something that's out of place, that ain't looking right, ain't symmetrical, such, then I'll go in and do a couple. But for real, that's the reason why their cuts look so precise, is because they did it while it was in the wash and go state. So they cut it dry while it's set like that. So all you see them fine precision lines like that. You see them. That's the difference between cutting it after it's been set versus way I do it, cutting it before it's set. So that I learned why they do what they do and how they do it, but I just didn't agree with it. So curly cuts, I don't do too many curly cuts. But again, if I see that after I trim your hair, that I style your hair and your hair is set, if I notice that something is out of place and we want to make it, a little bit more higher in the back, or a little bit more symmetrical or whatever, then we'll go ahead on in and trim it once the hair is already set. Now, the thing about that is with natural hair, if you really don't understand how to cut the natural hair when it's dry, it doesn't translate the same when it's curly. When you cut the hair dry, you have to give it more length than you would. You got to cut less than you would when it was curly, because you got to think about it. When it's blow dried, it's longer. When it's curly, it's shrunk. It's at a shrunken state. So if you cut too much while the hair is blow dried, it's going to be way mad short when it shrinks up. So you really got to know what you're doing. So I think for them, that was an easy way out for them. But to me, it wasn't an easy way out. To me, it was harder, and you still was not getting to the hair care. And that is to be able to see that hair. Once that hair is shampooed, deep conditioned, and blow dried, you then can be able to tell how soft, supple that hair is. You can look at that scalp and be able to tell the density of the scalp and the hair follicles. You're able to tell if that scalp is really dry. You can do that in a shampoo bowl too. You're able to tell if there's any bald spots going on. You're able to tell if the hair is coarse, if it's thin. Like, you're able to tell so much between the shampoo bowl and the blow drying hair. It tells a story. It tells a story. It tells a story. So they robbed themselves of that, to me. I digress. Another thing I didn't agree with was they pushed color. and length retention at the same time. Color and length retention do not go together. I don't care what nobody says. Not on black girl hair that is naturally dry. Now, there's some black girls out there that has great moisture balance. They have a great shine to their hair. They don't get split ends like that. Their hair just don't get dry like that. They can color their hair and they don't have no breakage. They don't have issues with their hair like that. Their hair grows very fast and they retain good length. But all black girls are not like that. So I would never push for my ladies to get blondes, coppers, or even reds, because that's level 6 on up. No, not if you want length retention. Now, if you don't mind going backwards in your length retention, that's fine. But not for no length retention. Look at all the natural hair girlies who got long natural hair. They don't have color. They have their natural hair color. They don't put color in their hair. Why? Because it dries your hair out. It does. Even if you use too much permanent black color, it don't make a difference. It will dry your hair out. You got to know what you're doing. And sometimes even know what you're doing, it don't make a difference. Your hair is just sensitive and fragile. And I know mine is. That's why when I had that copper hair, I had to stop getting that copper hair color if I wanted to grow my hair out. I had to choose. So those were the things that I was like, that's bull. Go on social media and look at the black girlies who got long natural hair. Look at them. Look at the majority of them. It could be a few that got color. And they could be that few of what I said that just got really good growing hair and is naturally hydrated. And they may be in great health or some type of, I don't know, they got strong hair. But that's not the majority. And again, that's that grace. See that grace I gave? It's not etched in stone. It's what I say. That's where it went wrong at. So here was another experience that I had with them. I decided to take one of their online workshops. And I wanted to, because I had already taken the class before. So they gave me this class, the online workshop. You know, it was like cheaper. It was way cheaper. So I said, okay, let me just go ahead and take the class and see what else they're doing. You know, see what else I can learn from. So this was another strike that Elise again. It was Elise. It was Aisha. The other one. It was Elise, the artist. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm going to go back a little bit. I've been natural on and off since high school. Okay. I graduated in 94. I went straight to Gordon Phillips Beauty School. If you know anything about Philadelphia, it was on 69th Street in Upper Darby. That's where I went to school at, straight out of high school at Lower Merion High School. I got a scholarship from Lower Merion, went straight into hair school. My grandmother was a hairdresser. Okay. So I grew up in the salon. Okay. I'm a second, my grandmom was a hairdresser, like I said. So, nobody can take experience from me because I was meant to be a hairstylist. I love what I do. I love my ladies. I care about what I do. I'm very detailed. I ain't the best thing out there, but I'm good. I know I'm good. I know my worth. And I know I love my ladies. And I know that the results that I get in their hair, and it works. It works. So, yeah. I have been natural, like I said, on and off since high school. And when I took that online workshop, she was teaching how to do the wash and go. So when I learned from them to do the wash and go, they was showing a couple different ways to do it. So they was showing us horizontally and vertically. So they were saying use it vertically for people who have thinner hair so it could be fuller. So now that was something new for me. So I had a customer, her name was Jill. Her name is Jill. And Jill hair is very high. She shrinks very, very highly. And I had already given her a natural hair class and everything. And her hair was the type of hair that even after I would go through it and smooth it, it would draw up in ringlets. It wouldn't stay smooth and flat and wave up. It would draw up in ringlets. So it's no way you can do a curly cut on that. Okay, I'm just going to say that. That's what the point that I was making up before. So some of them would draw up as ringlets, but it wasn't the whole head. Some was and some wouldn't. So when her hair would dry, it would look like she had holes in her hair because some parts were straighter, flatter from smoothing, and the other were ringlets. So, and she didn't necessarily want the ringlets. She wanted it smoother because she really wanted it to be elongated. So my thing was, when I said to Aisha, I said, listen, the way that you're showing me to do it, when I go through it and I smooth it, my customer's hair is going up in ringlets. She said to me again, you're setting the hair wrong. Come on now. Come on. Come on. But see, this is the thing, like I said before, she never offers education to understand what you could be doing wrong. She just wants to tell you you're wrong. Okay? And there's no explanation. You're just doing it wrong. I've been doing sets for the longest. Her hair wasn't rope curling up until I started doing it vertically like you said to do. You know what I mean? So afterwards, I went back to my regular way and her hair was not doing that anymore. So very dismissive, very mean girl. I would get that from Elise, not so much Aisha. And that happened two times. I didn't like that from her. She rubbed me the wrong way. I was already thriving as a natural hairstylist. You can't tell me I was doing my sets wrong. I was doing my own sets. My sets was fire. My customer's hair was fire. Doing no sets wrong. What are you talking about? No, your instructions is wrong. And then you're not even willing to make me understand what I could be doing wrong in your version of it. If you're teaching me something, how to do something, then you should follow through as how to do it correctly. But it's that you just want to tell me I'm doing it wrong without showing me what am I doing wrong. It's that mindset. It's that mindset for me. Like, you're wrong, not my method. You know what I mean? Like, girl, bye. I was over, after that, I was over them. So that was my other experience with them. So I learned a lot from them, though. I really did, good and bad. So not good and bad. I just learned a lot from them. So I'm going to say this. I learned what to do and what not to do. Let me say that. So I think that what I learned, one thing I learned from them that was a great takeaway is no matter how big you get, you got to stay humble. And I think that their heart posture originally was to really give back to the natural hair Black community. They had a great system, guys. That cannot be taken away from them. They really did lay down a foundation and really show the girlies how to do their wash and goes. Try to get y'all to wash y'all hair because y'all don't. Try to get y'all on a system. Really try to help. They really, really did. And I don't feel like that should be taken away from them. They was a great staple in the natural hair Black community, but they turned mean girl. They turned mean girl and then they couldn't handle it. I think that's what happened. They turned mean girl and they couldn't handle it. I think that as a professional, when you know something works, right? When you begin to say, it's my way, it's my way, it's my way, without the flexibility, without the openness of it's a possibility, it could be one out of that may prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I was naive to say every Black girl got curls. until I met some black girls that just did not have curls. So should I at that point, that humbles me, right? To now say, no, like all black girls really don't have curls. Majority do, but there is a percentage out there that does not. I think that's what they didn't do. They just did not they were so caught up on their system that works, they said, don't question me. Who you talking to, Willis? That's how they was. They was like, don't question me. I said what I said, and you're gonna do them curly cuts. Dry your hair out. Then to turn back and say, I ain't say that. Them girls was a trip. They was a trip. They was trip. But also I seen that they would do like little negative commentary and different things like that with the girls in the comments. Now, the girls do be tussling in the comments. They do. And when folks do be popping fly, it's real hard not to pop fly back when it's in you, especially when you're like an artist and you sensitive about your shit. It's hard not to pop back. It's hard. And you do get trolls on the internet, but you gotta be like Beyonce. Hold your tongue. Hold it. Hold it, hold it. And I'm learning that too. Because the girls, when one of my first videos on here that got a lot of attention was because of the negative feedback. But that negative feedback, that really do be working. It was a bunch of Karens that came on one of my videos with one of my beautiful clients, chocolate beautiful, who wear her hair up like this. They can't understand it. Gonna talk about I need to be fired and all this stuff. Karen, I was looking on their accounts. There was a bunch of white women. Then my sisters came in there. Was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Don't be talking about that hair. Her hair, that hair look good. What you mean? What you mean? And they shut it up. Y'all shut it down for me. That's what I'm talking about. But they don't allow their crowd. If people believe in you, they'll speak up on your behalf too. Yep. And I think the fall from grace just was just them not being able to say I was wrong. And saying, you know what? Y'all was right. I'm going to add this to the repertoire. Y'all be knowing what y'all be talking about. Like, that was too humble for them because they had to be what? Right. So I learned not only to stay humble, but I'm not always right. And I'm not. Who wants to be perfect? It's too damn hard to be perfect. Just let me be human. My God. Yes, and just because you're a professor don't mean you know every goddamn thing. I know what I know. Yes, I do. But for real, it'd be surprised. It'd be some, people's hair would be different. Everything don't work on everybody. It just don't. So, yeah. So I also learned great product knowledge. Them other stylists out there or them YouTubers talking dirty about them hair products. Ain't nothing wrong with Innocence. I love Innocence. I love AG. All this stuff. It's good. You just have to know how to use it properly. That is the problem. It was being misused. That's what it was. So, and it's because underneath their watch, right? So, my cutting skill set on dry hair, my curly cut, okay, I already was doing that. And let people be, don't get paid. Oh, yeah. I guess also not just let people be. Don't get petty with them. You gotta learn not to get petty with people because people like to get petty, and that's just it. So, yeah, that's my video right there, y'all. I think that what needs to be done for now on as stylists is for us just, again, just to have that grace and to understand that it may be some little buckets, whereas though it's some people that your method just won't work for, and just be okay with that, but if you are you humble enough to listen to those people, then you can create something for them and help solve a problem, because at the end of the day, we're here to help you. And if we don't listen to you to try to help you, who the hell are we helping? Don't be looking at my great girl. All right, that's it. But I want to show y'all. They're closing January 31st of 2025. But yeah, they was really trying to help y'all. And I'm going to show y'all some videos of theirs that they had posted that I seen that I really did agree with. Because even the girlies who kept saying, we protein sensitive. That's why your hair is tangling. Because what do you think bonding is? Bonding is the balance between protein and moisture, right? And if you doing all moisture with no type of protein, after a while, your hair will not adhere. It will not take in the moisture. Your hair needs. You can't do moisture. You can't do that. Your hair just does not. It will not adhere. It will not take in. So, yeah, it was a lot of things they did. They said that I agree with. So this is the end of my video. I love you guys. I'm going to show y'all some videos also of the different things that I agree with, and the closing that they said that they made. A video that they made saying that they're going to be closing the actual business down. So yeah, I think the difference between Black Girl Curls and Sedity Chick is I give you guys formulas for your hair behaviors. And you don't know those hair behaviors until you get into the shower, because your hair tells a story. So I try to teach you guys how to understand the symptoms of your hair, and know what products to use at those times. Okay, so I think that's the difference between me and Black Girl Curls. I never bought their system for me to be able to know 100% what they do, like watch their videos and stuff. Like, I didn't buy it from the retailer's point of view, like y'all's point of view. I don't know what they was teaching you guys. I just know what they were teaching us as a professional. Can y'all see me? I'm getting a hot flash. You see me? Look, y'all, I'm getting a hot flash. Ask me how I'm doing. Ask me how I'm doing. Y'all, these hot flashes are killing me. I'm so tired. I didn't get no sleep last night. And I still gotta get up and keep moving. All right, that has nothing to do with nothing. Okay, so if you would like to get my hair care regimen, you can go to my website at www.siditychick.com. That is www.siditychick.com, and you can get your hair care regimen. So before I let you go, listen, ladies, I need some feedback from you. So how would you like to be in the community group, like a membership, whereas though I can help you guys one-on-one? Because now I'm monetized, I can go live and do members only, and we can do wash days together. We can do meetups. We can do things where though you can show me the products that you have already at home. You can then tell me the hair issues that you're having, and I can redirect you. But I can't do that if you don't have a hair care regimen. You have to be invested, and you have to be under a membership. So if that sounds like something that you guys would like, I'm down to do it because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. So I'm going to leave the link of my website down. And then also you can sign up for the email list and leave in a comment membership if you would like to do a monthly membership. We can do it here on YouTube. And or we can I can do it through my Kartra. I have a Kartra, and yeah, we can do things. We can do a lot of stuff. Okay, ladies. So keep me posted what you think in the membership. What you think about the membership and the hair care regimens, and I'll show you the rest of the videos. You guys have a great one. Bye bye.
It's entirely possible.
So back, do you have grease on your back bar? Do you have any grease?
Grease? Like the way we grew up, grease?
Yeah, like a little
With magic.
Come on now, you know damn well.
What's the one in the red
Respectfully, no.
Softy?
Javon,
Yeah.